Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you back on here. Today we are going to talk about some PhD positions that are open at the Poletecnico Milano in Italy, and these are 269 PhD positions, out of which 213 of them are fully funded. And I think it's a great call if you all bear with me. So today I'm going to lead you through and through on how to apply for this particular scholarship. If you're here for the first time, please do subscribe so you can get notifications on all these scholarship application processes. And if you're here with us forever, I say you're the real MVP. So before I go into it, let's talk about the courses that are eligible. So all these courses are eligible to apply for this scholarship. So when you come on the page, the link is in the description box. So right when you come on the link on the description box, scroll down like this. You see this, scroll down here. You realize that all the titles of the PhD programs are listed, and the total places, which obviously is giving, and the number of scholarship, including the topic and interdisciplinary, will be there. So you realize that these topics are categorized, and for here saying architecture, built environment and construction engineering, there's bioengineering, industrial chemistry and chemical engineering, preservation of agricultural heritage. There's environmental infrastructure engineering, aerospace physics, materials engineering. I'm a materials engineering student, so when I saw this, I was pretty much excited. Information technology, electrical engineering, management engineering, mechanical. I mean, quite a number of courses. So do go through, just before you start the application, do go through and see whether you're eligible, and you can start with the application process. Now, I'll take you right into the deadline. So it's been open. This scholarship was opening on the 20th of April, and it's closing just about in 2 weeks from the time I'm doing this particular video, which is on the 20th of May, which you can see here. So if you're eligible to apply, you have all your documents. When I take you through, you can quickly start the application and win it. Now you will need to upload these documents. I'll teach you where to do that, and it consists of the research project format. You have to use this particular format, and the CV, so you have to use this particular format. Now, this particular scholarship has given us a guide to guide. I mean, I'm going to lead you through that on how to apply, and you do not have any cause to say that you did not or you couldn't apply for it. Now, let's go right into the step-by-step process. Now, to start the application process, right on the link down below again, you click on online procedure. Now with the online procedure, it leads you to this particular page. And what does it say? You're supposed to provide a person code, password, but you do not have it because you're a new user. But if you do have it and you've already applied to that school and you do have it, you can use those details. But if you don't, you would want to click on new user. Now I ask you if you want to register with SPID or register with CIE. We do not have all that. I think that so if you do not have all that, you need to register with Polimi. Now you click on that, then it leads you to this biodata, and you know what to do. So before we go into doing this, Poletecnico Milano has provided a quick start document to how to go through this process. So I'm going to use that because it's very detailed. I'm going to use that to lead you through and through. I've had to go through it using that, and it helped a lot. And so I'm going to lead you using that. Now to obtain that, go back to the same page here. Then it says that if some useful document Before accessing the online procedure, please read carefully the core public announcement for the admission using this. You can read on it, then the quick start manual. So this quick start manual is going to provide you on the steps to do or use in the application. So I'm going to click on the quick start manual. I've already downloaded, that's why it's giving me that, but you can just quickly download that. Yeah. Start download. Now open. So it leads you here. Voila. And this is, it's a 55-page document from start to finish on the application. So let's go through that. Talk about some of the things you need to do. And if you have any questions in the description box while you start the application and you're experiencing some challenges, do put in the chat box session and I'll be sure to answer. Now, it's saying that you do not need to translate the page. If you click on the online procedure like before and it's coming as Italian, don't use Google Translate to do that. Now, you can find the English version of the application here. If you click on this link here like that, it will take you onto this page, and so you're good to go. Now let's go back to that, and it says that you shouldn't open the application process more than twice. Usually it confuses the system, so just open it once. Now this page is going to talk about the whole online admission procedure and to the application form, how to fill it up, your personal data, that includes all the details, the application list that you need. And so let's get right into that. So if you start the online application process like I showed you, if you click on online, it's going to lead you here. And if you're already a user, you can use your person code, but if you're not, you have to click on the new user register here. If you've already registered, you're coming back in and you still can remember your password and your person code, you can click on authentication assistance to help you to do that. Now, like I said earlier on, when you click on the register new user, you want to use the Polimi because you do not have the SPID they were talking about. Now, if you quite remember, it brought you here where you have to fill in your personal data. Now, one of the things I realized when I was doing this was that it was asking for the task code, but I didn't have it. So I still click on the next, and when it happened like that, they gave me a deadline to which I could have my task code sent to them for foreign citizens, and that it says you should have your task code by 31st of December. So that means that if you have already started school, you'll be giving your task code and you have to refer back to the school and give it to them to fill that up. Now it's saying that you should be aware to provide a correct email address because your task code, your personal code and your password will be sent to that just in case you want to recover your details. Now here you can put in your telephone details like as mentioned, as shown. I think that the Italians have made this very easy for you so that you do not want to miss it. So they give examples at every point in time. So here you'll be required to enter a password, and so one of the things I realized was that it wasn't taking any other symbol like art or underscore. You just need to follow the password rules provided here. Then, tada, your registration is complete for your biodata. So you will receive a link, your email address to confirm. So click to confirm, then you can continue. Now, when you're continuing, you're coming back, you would have to input your person code and your password to log in. So do keep it. If I was you, I was going to have a book by me to write it down so that I can enter into the point easily. Now they've provided an information for when your password you cannot remember on how to recover that, or you can use the authentication assistant to help you to do that, and the process is down here. So let's go back to the registration. So when you click and enter successfully, you'll be brought back here where it brings the application form for PhD courses. And so you will see a page like this. Now the warning is that if you've not filled in your task code, identity documents and all the details that are provided, it will bring you here. So it's very important to fill out that. Now we know that the task code, you do not have it, so that part will obviously be left. But if you have some identity documents, which I know you should have your passport by now, your residence address, you should input that and the details. And so you realize that I'm from Ghana. I put in Ghana. When I put in the Ghana, it brought back some communities that were in Ghana to fill up those details. So they have made I think that it's a great platform. Now, this warning sign will obviously show you that you need to input some data as much as possible. So if you complete your devices and everything well, say that it's a click on manage to change your picture. Then please know the picture will be used officially in all your documents, like your student ID, teachers will need it, your CV, and da da da. So if I was you, I would use a nice picture. So now when you're done filling on the mandatory parts on the form, after each session it will ask you to manage. So when you click on manage, it will modify the information on that section. So when you fill in it, it's going to take you to a page called starting page. Now on the starting page, you're going to see this information. Now on this information, they are suggesting that you fill it in the order that you see it. So you can fill personal data registry first, accommodation at a discounted price, language, and you can read on the payment details. Now, I would want to highlight that this application would need payment of about 25.82 euros before your application will be considered. Which equivalent is about $31.09 if I'm not wrong. And if you're in Ghana, it's about 179.86, which is like 180 cedis. So you will need to pay this when you're done paying before your application will be considered. Now, when you start, before you can start, you have to click on new application. Now, anytime you can read the payment details. Now you realize that on the left pane, it provides you a research product format and a template format. So I'll ensure that you download it so that you can follow and apply for it. Now they've put that if you need assistance, you can click on the upper right here to ask for assistance with relation to this. So when you click on the personal data, the new application will bring you to the personal data registry. So obviously you have to fill in your details here, and when you click on modify here, you can scan that document you're filling in here and you can add that onto here. Now you can fill as many information as you have that proves your identity as you chose earlier on. So when I chose Ghana, you realize that it didn't really need the task code for me to continue this application. But if you're Italian or any foreign individual living in Italy, you'll be asked to fill that in here. So this is with the personal email. If you choose Ghana, it will bring out the province. If you're in Nigeria or anywhere, it will bring out the provinces where you are. So you do not need to worry about the task code too much here. Now it always states that make sure that your email is right, because like it will send you details to confirm that you're done with that part of the application. Now, if anything goes wrong on the form, it will still come back. It will still bring you back on here, and so you would have to do it right before you can. Now it says that if you want to scan, you click on modify and add the document. Now it highlights that foreign student, you need your task code by 31st, so I'm sure the school will confirm that. So we'll move on, because when you're done with your personal data, you'll be asked to fill in all other document. And trust me, if I was you, I would download this particular document and follow it through and through, because it's very helpful. It shows all the challenges people meet on the way, and they are able to affect those changes and that. So the moment you are done with the personal details form and you've uploaded the data as you go, it will bring you here, which is state that your identity document data are stored on a paper. So you can just edit personal details. I mean, this is very important to them, so you will need to fill it up through and through. If something is missing, it will pop up like some data is missing here, so you will need to do that before you can move on to the next stage. So when you're done filling that and you've clicked manage links and put in all the data you are requiring, now that page will turn green. So when it turns green, it says that you can be able to you're done filling your personal data registry. So it brings you to the next one, which is accommodation at a discounted price. Now it will ask you that you intend to complete the allocation of accommodation for a discounted price. You just choose yes because I would love to. Then it will just change to green. That means that part is finished. I mean, it's pretty simple. Now it comes to language. For here, if you have any of the list of language tests that they've asked for, usually they want TOEFL paper-based PBT. If you have it, you can input the data in here. If you finish inputting that, you can. But usually some universities also have English proficiency just to prove that their language was done entirely, their course was done entirely in English. So you can add that. But I think that always and always, I always advise that if you have been able to write TOEFL or IELTS or any of the language exams that they need, I advise that you attach it and add it regardless. This is very important. It says if you will achieve one of the required English certificates subsequently, just check. There's a box that will say I will achieve the required English certificate subsequently. Now, if you're a citizen of a country in which English is your official language, you will say that on the mother tongue checkbox, you can click on that. If you have achieved or will receive a bachelor or master's from an institution that all your teaching is provided in English, click on new language test link in the following page. Select student with a previous university degree taught in English in the exam code field. This candidate must attach official document to demonstrate the above. In particular, in the case where all the teaching is provided in English, like I said earlier on, you have to attach it in PDF. A declaration to that effect from a respective institution. You will need to declare that if that degree was obtained at Poletecnico, you can attach a self-certification in which you can declare that all your teachings was provided in English. Then click on the select in the use for application column. In the presence of at least one language test that can be used for the competition application, it's not allowed to use the alternative declaration subsequent achievement of the language test in mother tongue. In this case, in the list of the language tests, press the select button in the use or application column corresponding to the language test. Now, when you're done with that, that page absolutely turns to green. Now, it brings you back onto the payment details. Like I'm saying, you would have to pay the amount I mentioned earlier on. Now, it's provided a few information on how to do that. Now, it says that you would have to, if you pay with a credit card, it would take a while for it to be processed, so it wouldn't change directly to green until the payment has been received. So I would advise that you finish the application way early before the registration time, so that in case if your registration is taking quite long for your credit card to process it, you wouldn't have to experience any problem because they are being very strict on this particular application, and they are very strict on the deadline as well. Yeah, so when you're done paying, you'll be led on to this page where you would have to now start the application process for your PhD program. Now, all the courses are here, like we mentioned. So click on the exact course that you want. Now, when you select the exact course, if the course has certain sub-courses, it will pop up. Now you need to select not more than 2 areas. You can select one if you want, but you can also choose not more than 2 areas. Now when you're done selecting, you can click on continue, then it will bring you right on this page. Now this page has the study title, CV, reasons, areas, and your references. Now if you're watching this video at this point in time, I'll start chasing your references because they take quite a long time. Now to be able to start filling up, you click on new title. When you click on new title, it will lead you to the first one, which is the study title, and you can start by clicking new title again. Now you would have to input a lot of details here. Now your university degrees. Have you done, and are you applying from a bachelor's or from a master's degree straight to this PhD program? You need to input the details of your university, the degree that you obtained, and so on and so forth. Now it says that if your university is not found in the system on the pop-up, you can choose university not found. Now it will provide you with the details that you need to input your university and generate a list. Now there's one important thing to note here. Now it says that if you're applying with just a master's degree, in Italy it's called a post degree qualification. So it's really not eligible. So you will need a Master's of Science degree, an MSc, because most of the courses are MSc. So you will need to input that, and that's very important. Now, when you put that, you can just type if your university is not found in the system. That I think this form is quite detailed. Just here to provide updates of things I saw on, while I was doing the application. So download this form and go through. Now, it's saying that if your master's degree is not ready at the core of this program, you can click on this box and uncheck it, but not your you should have been done by the 31st of October 2021. Now, when you are done uploading, because you upload your transcript, your graduation certificate, everything in PDF or anything that shows your degree, I'll advise that you put it on there. When you're done, you can just save selected title. Now, if you're applying for more than 2 programs, you would have to repeat that for all of them. So you would have to do it over and over again for this particular application. Now, when the application process is done, it will turn green as well to show that you're done with that process. Now, it will move on straight away from this part. You can click on the CV. Now you can upload your CV in PDF. That's quite easy in PDF format. But I'll advise that they've given a format here, so please do follow the format to design your CV. So for the reasons, it says that why should you be considered as for the course, it's saying that insert a description of the reasons, motivation for applying to the selected PhD program, not maximum 2,000 words. I'll put a link in the description box on how to write a letter of motivation, or this can be either a motivation letter or personal statement on why you should be considered, or you have you're a stronger candidate for that particular course.
After you're done with the reasons why you should be selected for the course you chose, now you move to the next tab, which is showing areas. And these are for people who want to be considered for the scholarship you're applying for. Now, what it's saying is that if the PhD programs you chose has got areas, click on this tab. So maybe under energy engineering, that is where electronics is. Choose the area as electronics. Now select it if that's your first preference. Then now attach a PDF of your research proposal. Now know that this is your selling point, so this has to be on point. Then it asks that, do you intend to compete for the scholarship? So you choose yes at this point. So you can do it for all the areas you've chosen, and they can consider you for the scholarship if you're interested in. It says that if at the step 6 new application, you've selected 2 areas, now you must choose which one is preferred one by clicking on select it as your first preference. Yeah. So just like I said, upload the PDF of your research proposal, and it's giving you a format here. So you can click on this link and you can choose so that you write the research proposal if you want. Now, warning, very important, the option on the scholarship availability is binding for the possible allocation of any type of scholarship and is no longer exercised after the submission of the application. After the expiry of the competition rules notice, if the candidate has indicated a willingness to compete for a scholarship, he or she will be given the options for one of them in the thematic areas or the interdisciplinary scholarship based on deadlines. So, guys, you're working within deadline. I'll allow. Did I say I'll allow? I agree that you should get on with it. So now he says that you can delete an area by clicking delete if you're not interested in that, or the one you're applying for do not have an area. After filling in the option for the scholarships and its application, I think that I want to touch on the fact that if your scholarship does not have an area, you rather have to select scholarship options and script elaborate. Then you can add on your research project. So if you're choosing just one particular course and it doesn't have an area it will intend to do, you will see something like this. So after doing that, you will need to come back and complete the application. Now, you have to fill in your references. Now, they are stating that it's not compulsory, but guys, at this point, we really want to present them with no doubt not to select us for this scholarship. So I would prefer that you treat this as compulsory as possible. What did I say? Compulsory as possible. Okay, that was just a joke, but that was just to crack us up. If you are already in this part of the scholarship, I say congratulations. So it's asking for a maximum of 2 references. Now they will need the email address, the telephone number, and possibly the Skype contact of the professor. Now, do be careful who you choose as your references because it will help greatly in this scholarship application process. Now, you do not have to insert a letter written by the reference. You just need to provide the details of your references in here. Now, what you're going to do is to contact them. And I don't know which method this scholarship is going to use. Usually, they contact them to fill up a form like how you're filling up a form, or sometimes they schedule a call with the references just to see how the person talks about you, or sometimes also they can ask the person to submit the letter themselves. So whichever method you're going to use, please, and please make sure that you've spoken to your references at this point, that you're going to use them for this application. So I'll agree that you send the supervisor or your professor or whoever is writing the references for you, the application process, and that you're using their names and constantly check up on them because they receive a lot of emails. Obviously, you're not one of the student they teach a lot of students, so it will be very helpful to always prompt them. A gentle reminder would do. Be polite about it. So you provide their details here, and if you want to, since there's a maximum 2 references, you can click on the add contact to add another and save and present. Now I always say choose somebody who can write very well for you because it will help in your application process. Now, guys, the moment you're done with filling up your references, I would assure you that you are done with the application. But take your time. Hold on, hold on. That was hold on, and by the way, yeah, you can always go back to the main page with this tab here to go to the main page of the application here. Now you can always edit this your application, or you can always do a new application for a different kind of course. And so for as many as you want to be considered for, you can apply for it. But I always say that think about it. There should be a good correlation between the courses you're applying for. Because it will be very strange for somebody who is an engineer to apply for an energy engineering and later applying for something with public health. If you do that, then there should be a very good reason why you think that your course of study that you studied before has a good implication on the next course that you're applying for, so that they know that you know what you're doing, what you're about. So this is just a hint from you from application processes. Now it's saying that you can always modify your applications, like it said, or you can print it out when you're done here, but it doesn't mean that you've confirmed it yet. Now you can delete the application if you do not want to. Anytime you see a sign like this as well. Now you can only confirm the application and finish it off for application process that has got only the yellow button. Now, if it's got a red button, that means that there's something you've still not done yet, or there's something that you need to fill it up yet. So go back to it and do your homework. Now, after you're done, I can assure you, you declare certain things that whatever you have provided are good information and they are all about you and you're not telling lies. Then you can accept where you're accepted. Now you cannot change or do any edits anymore. Now it will go to green. When it goes to green, you're absolutely done. And I advise that you print your application and your receipt so that you can keep these details for references later. Now you should always make sure that you've done the payment details. Now you can do it after the application process, or you can do it within that. But if you come back to this tab, you go to application payment, you can always do your payment from here. Now, application processes, if you're doing it from a credit card whatsoever, make sure that you're done before so that you can still um, your payments could be confirmed, and always come back to this page to see whether it's been confirmed, or use the email addresses that to ask for inquiries that you've paid but you've not been confirmed. Think about it. The application process is ending on the 20th of May, so you have less than a week or two. But you realize that if you have all your documents ready, this application process should be much easier. Now, this is a confirmation of payment. Keep it, and you always need it after. Well, I hope this was very helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave in the comment section if you're having some challenges, and my mentors and I, who have had to go through the application process, will get back to you and help you to scale through swiftly. Now, good luck on your application and all the best. My name is Lois Efo Damte. Do subscribe and share these pages for the next scholarship that we are rolling on. Ciao, ciao.